Music fans of the internet, welcome back to last week's album. I am Derek.
And I am Kevin.
And before we go any further, we're going to start things off the way we always do, with a beer. Cheers, Kevin.
Cheers, Derek, and everyone watching at home.
This week, we are reviewing Gilded Pleasures by the Growlers. And the Growlers, I guess we'll start with, is a quintet based out of Costa Mesa by way of Dana Point, California. And Gilded Pleasures, we found out after we kind of selected it, is an EP, albeit a 9-song EP, so kind of a longer one. And kind of breaking our pattern of generally trying to stick with the LP or long plays. But we're sticking with this anyway. This EP follows the band's third full-length album, Hung at Heart, which was released in January 2013. And they've kind of been credited with this genre title, Beach Goth. So, Kevin, anything else you wanted to add there?
Yeah, fun fact. Can you guess what they're named after, Derek?
Those beer things.
No.
The personified characters I made up to explain the stomach sounds that happen sometimes.
You're getting warmer. They're actually named after the pseudonym for Droppin' a Deuce.
Oh! Yes! Damn, I was way off. Well, thank you for that, Kevin, and let's jump right to Sounds Like. What do you think the Growler sounds like?
I think that's a funny question after that exchange. The Growlers, the band, sounds like, at least on this EP to me, a southern fried vaudeville surf rock. I say vaudeville because they sort of have this woozy kind of showmanship to their sound that, I don't know, was a throwback to vaudeville for me. What do you think they sound like, Derek?
Kevin, I phrased this, I dare say better, but I think Gilded Pleasures sounds like Ryan Bingham fronting a Beach Boys zombie cover band. And by Beach Boys zombie cover band, I don't mean like a band of zombies playing like Beach Boys Spot On. I mean like zombies playing Beach Boys covers in a zombie style or fashion, if there were such a thing.
I like that. I think that's an apt description.
Yeah, and I found out after the fact they are known as Beach Goth. I was like, well, I'm still sticking with Beach Boys zombie cover band. All right, so key tracks. Kevin, what do you have?
I've got Dogheart II, the EP opener, and Humdrum Blues. What about you?
I like those choices. I actually have Tell It How It Is and Humdrum Blues. But let's start with the EP opener, Dogheart II.
Sure. For me, it has these really bright, scuzzy guitars, very jumpy drums, pulsing organ, very carnal lyrics. For example, little girls don't last forever. Enjoy them while you can. Take it from a dirty young man, which gives you just a sample of their sort of lyrical weirdness, which I really, really like about them. And I just thought it was this great sort of feel-good intro to their sound and style. It clues you right in from the start to their sort of signature sound. So that's why I dug Dogheart II. What about you, Derek?
My first one, Tell It How It Is, once again captures, I really like how you described their lyrical weirdness. Although this time the lyrics are really in stark contrast to the sound of the song. This one has a light, bouncy guitar riff, easy-paced drums, very catchy vocal melody, but the lyrics tell of a very dark story of a bullied kid. The story unfolds, and it really highlights the mental turmoil within. I could be misinterpreted, but it sounds like he takes his own life there. Very kind of dark stuff, but at the same time, it's just this very catchy melody and bright, almost upbeat rhythm stuff going on. But he does offer I guess, a sort of ray of hope, or a message to those that might be in a certain situation, to kind of fight back against that. Which I'm going to save that for later on in our deal. So let's go to the key track that we both agreed on, Kevin. Humdrum Blues. What do you think?
Sure. I dug it. This was probably my favorite track on the EP. It's built on these sort of pounding drums and plodding bass line that come in right from the start, bouncing organ, bright guitars, which you hear throughout the album. I thought that was one of the very trademark sounds of the Growlers. These very bright, sunny guitars. And then also some cymbal hits and vocal wailing, adding color. And overall, it's sort of their version of Beyonce's "Put a Ring on It," or whatever that song was called. That's basically the theme of the album. Or it's the theme of the song. He's talking about a girl who isn't into his humdrum sort of broke-ass life, to quote him, and wants him to put a ring on it. So, still a good track, though. I liked it. What did you think, Derek?
Yeah, I really liked it for a lot of the same reasons. I thought it did a really good job of kind of capturing, it kind of had a dark sound, but at the same time it was this also, sweet romantic song. And the sound and the actual lyrical content kind of, once again, were almost at a contrast, which is, this one actually followed the last key track I was just talking about, so they just like completely flipped around the tone lyrical versus musical tone here. I really liked a lot of the lyrics here. They were very weird, but at the same time really captured a lot of the emotions, obviously at play here. Overall, really captured my attention. Fantastic song. So it brings us to best lyric. Kevin, I'll jump to mine first, only because I kind of alluded to it earlier, but this one comes from "Tell It How It Is," and this is where he offers some sort of suggestion to anyone that's in a bullied situation. But he said, "It's all right to tell them how it is, even though it don't make you popular. Sometimes you got to be a dick. You don't have to roll over. So just tell them how it is." Fantastic.
Yeah, that was the line that stuck out for me from that song, and one of the lines that stuck out to me on the EP as well. However, my best lyric comes from Dogheart II, and it goes, "Listen to your dog heart, let it out of the yard." And for me, that just sort of summed up their, again, lyrical weirdness, but it's also a little poetic, so I dug it.
Absolutely. All right. So here it is, overall rating. Kevin, it's on you. Gilded Pleasures, the EP we accidentally selected because we thought it was an actual album. Overall rating, what do you say?
I'm going to go with 3 out of 5 for this one. I love these guys, their sound overall. It's very unique. It's very signature and trademark. They kind of do their own thing, which is really, really nice and refreshing. I don't think this album is or EP is their best work, but it's an EP. It's not meant to be, listened to or interpreted as a full-on LP or album, if you will. So I'm cutting them a little bit of slack. But again, it's their unique brand of woozy, charming weirdness that comes across really well. As I mentioned earlier, poetic lyrics, and the way they're delivered by the lead singer is really interesting. It sounds like a stream of consciousness. It's very quick, and like it's rolling off his tongue, but it's too poetic to be that in the moment, which is a very cool effect. It feels in the moment, but it's definitely well thought out. So, overall it was kind of tight and direct, and I would have liked a little bit more experimentation. But hey, it's an EP, as we said. So 3 out of 5. What do you think, Derek?
Kevin, I'm giving it 4 out of 5. I guess a lot of you summarized well some of the shortcomings, but I thought they just really. This is a great collection of songs overall. I thought it was almost difficult to hone down on key tracks because there were a number of really strong ones. Overall, I just really enjoyed it, and it's I guess almost refreshing to kind of hear some of the stories they were telling here, some of the points of view. The lyrical weirdness I really dug. That and their sound was fantastic as well. It kind of makes me hope for the zombie apocalypse, if only to be another step closer to realizing my dream of seeing a Beach Boys zombie cover band. So there you have it. Thanks again for joining us at last week's album. Don't forget to subscribe to our shiz and comment. Tell us what you think about Gilded Pleasures by the Growlers, and don't forget to join us again next week. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Derek.
I'm Kevin.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. See you next week.